Hello everyone, Panda here and welcome to MEMEWATCH in Meme by Daylight. We have the PTB and I'm sure you've all seen all the craziness, maybe you've not, but we've got basically Nicolas Cage entering onto the PTB. Mid-chapter patch is going to be just Nicolas Cage in a couple of weeks on the 25th. And well, it's a new survivor and it is definitely the most interesting survivor that they've ever dropped with some of the weirdest perks. And in general, they've just completely gone off the rails. And I think it's going to be a really interesting, funny patch. The survivor is just absolutely crazy. Obviously, it's Nicolas Cage, the actual actor. I really hope that he comes in with some crazy skins because the perks, they've definitely gone out there and just made up some weird stuff. But basically, in this patch, we have Onryo changes where they have attempted to make her better. However, one of the only Onryo mains out there has actually said that this is a nerf to the Onryo, which is a bit of a shame. The spirits had some add-ons messed with. The Coldwind farm maps have changed. You can see here how some of the tiles have been changed and the buildings have also been altered. The big barn is now more central to the middle of the map. And the freezer section on this map is, there's a lot more doorways and it makes it a lot more open, and they added some pallets and stuff. Really interesting. I hope it's going to play better. And they've also added rocks around the corn and little things to hide behind. All in all, I think a good change. If someone disconnects in the game, they are replaced by a bot, which is absolutely awesome. I think it's kind of fun that you can disconnect yourself and then spectate the bot that took over you and watch to see if they play better or worse than you think you would have played. It's definitely interesting, and it is going to mean that if someone DCs, the game is not instantly a write-off. You know, the bots can actually be pretty damn good, and they know how to use some perks, not all of the perks, but they do have an idea of how to use some of them. So really looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out going forwards. Obviously, people disconnecting is still bad, and it's still going to change the game somewhat, but it's not going to ruin it for all the other 4 people in the game. So that's definitely a big thumbs up from me. Obviously, if the killer disconnects, the game is over. And before we look at the perks, I've just got to discuss this. The craziest thing about Nick Cage is that he's got 180 plus different voice lines. And you may be thinking, oh, that's a lot of voice lines. What the hell? Well, yeah, what the hell indeed. These are voice lines that actually happen in the game. Now, we tested it on my stream yesterday, and the killer cannot hear these, but the other survivors can actually hear these voice lines. And there's a lot of them. And I actually have every single different one of the voice files here in front of me, and there are voices for, I'm just going to list the different things. We have voice files for when you're in the dialogue menu.
What we need is a way out of this nightmare, because that's what it is, right? A nightmare.
For when the trial starts.
Who's gonna poke out our eyes this time?
When you fail a skill check.
Sorry about that.
When you escape.
1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, I'm out the fucking door.
When you're hooked.
Seriously? Help me!
When you get crows on you.
Fuck you, you old crows.
When you're found in a locker.
No, get away! Get away!
When the exit gate is opened.
Please go a little faster.
When you get grabbed off a generator.
No. Whatever you're going through, I get it. You're angry. You need a release. I'm telling you, this isn't the way.
When a survivor helps you.
You're 1 in a million. Thanks.
Files for in the middle of a chase.
Stop!
When you get downed.
Don't do this to me. I'm not a worm.
And when you actually open the exit gate.
Almost there. Almost there. I'll stand up again. I'll walk. I'll scare the fuck out of you, killer. I'm Nick fucking Cage. Oh, God.
So a massive variation there, and it should take a long time to actually hear all of these organically in the game because he doesn't spam it. He's not constantly talking. You know, it's every now and then, and I think that is absolutely super. If he spammed them, it would get kind of annoying, but the fact that there's so many and they're, you know, only going to be dotted a few times throughout each game should keep it fresh and surprising, and when it happens, you get a good one, put a good smile on your face. So a really interesting change to the way that survivors work, and honestly kind of opens up the scope of what they could do in future with other characters they bring into the game. Obviously, Ash has some lines, but they don't actually work when they're in the game. So, you know, what could we see going forward with more licensed characters? I think they could do a lot of stuff, but absolute high five to Nick Cage for putting himself in the game, for recording all of these voice files, and really for it just being a really memey, crazy patch. And let's have a little talk about his 3 perks, because these are the weird things in this patch. You know, these are strange. They border from strange to absolutely crazy. So let's have a little look at the first one here. Let's start with Scene Partner here. This is the most underwhelming one. The perk activates when you're inside the killer's heartbeat radius, and when you look at the killer, you scream and see the killer's aura for 5 seconds. And then there's also a random chance that you'll scream again and see the killer for an extra 2 seconds. And from what I found on the PTB, this is basically when you look in the direction of the killer, not actually when you make eye contact. So this is kind of like Spine Chill, but you get to see the killer's aura. It's an interesting one. Maybe it'll find use, but I didn't find too much use for it on the PTB. A second one, I'm not sure what to think of. It's Dramaturgy. You can only use this when you're healthy, and you press the active ability button and you will get a haste buff for 2 seconds. So a little speed burst. Your character also does this weird thing where he raises his knees really high, and after this, you can get 1 of 4 random effects. This is the thing they've never done before, these random effect chances on perks. So you can either become exposed for 12 seconds, you will get another haste buff, so you get another 2 seconds of 25% haste, you scream, but without showing your aura or your location to the killer, or you get a random rare item with random add-ons, and you'll drop whatever you were holding. And you cannot get the same effect twice in a row. And I thought this was really interesting because well, all of it's kind of interesting, right? Risk versus reward. You might become exposed, but with the item, when you get an item, you can literally get any add-on on it. You can get ultra rares, you can get a brand new part and a toolbox from using this perk, and it just invents the item. It comes out of nowhere. You drop your current item and you've just made a new item out of nothing. And after using this, you go on exhaustion for 40 seconds. So, you know, every 40 seconds you can potentially use this. And if you use Vigil, this actually goes down to 28 seconds. So you could be using it pretty regularly. Definitely a weird perk. Getting that speed boost could be the change between life and death if it allows you to get to the next pallet. And again, it's another speed boost given to survivors. So we have made for this. When you're injured, you can move faster always. Now this, when you're healthy, you can press it to get a little bit of a speed boost. Not sure what I think about it, but, you know, it's there. It's kind of random. I don't think it's game breaking, and it's definitely interesting. And finally, what everyone is talking about, we're going to check out the perk plot twist. Now, this really couldn't be more of a plot twist. Absolutely insane. You can use this twice per game, once during the normal game and second after the X gates are powered. And when you are injured, you can stand still and press your action button, and you will go into the dying state. You will lie down, you'll be bloody on the floor, but you will not scream, so they won't actually know where you were. You will not leave any blood on the ground, and you will make no noise, and you can fully recover. If you do fully recover, so you could have someone heal you up to 90% and then recover the last bit, but when you get up, you will be fully healed, and you'll get 50% haste for 4 seconds. This is crazy, right? This is absolutely insane. I just love the idea of it. You know, there's definitely a risk to it, but if you're injured and everyone else in your team can't help you, you can go off to a corner, you can knock yourself down to the ground, and then recover yourself, fully heal, get a little haste buff. There's just so many things that could potentially be done with this, and it really is just strange. And keep in mind, this only works when you use plot twist to put yourself into the dying state. So if the killer knocks you down and then you recover, that will not get you back up, and you won't get the haste and you won't be healed. But I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of people doing interesting things with this perk. We tried some things on the PTB, but mainly, I've got to say, over there, you're just going to see loads and loads of people just messing around. You know, it's hard to get some proper gameplay on the PTB, especially when all of the perks are this crazy and they're not testing out any killers. They're literally just testing the survivor. So every game is 4 Nick Cages. They're all messing around, you know, having fun and going into plot twist and downing themselves. This is, I think, going to make Deerstalker actually a pretty cool perk on the release of this chapter. I feel like a lot of people are going to be using this perk, and Deerstalker is going to allow you to actually see where they are, because you'll be able to see that they've gone down on your HUD, but you won't be able to see where they are. So being able to find them before they've got enough time to get themselves back up to full health and heal is going to be pretty bloody vital. All in all, I think it's going to be a really fun mid-chapter patch. I think people are going to really enjoy this character, the voice lines, the perks, perhaps. I think people are just going to use Nick Cage just because the voice lines it's just going to add a lot to the game and just create some, you know, funny moments out of disastrous situations. And as we're on the PTB, let's take Nick in for a game. It's probably going to take me like 20 million hours to actually get into a game because everyone is queuing up as Survivor because there's no new killer, you know? So everyone's just playing as Nick and it's going to be a complete mess. I'm telling you right now, no one's going to play seriously, but let's play a game and just see how it goes, all right?
Let's keep it quiet.
Let's keep it quiet. Should have some different tiles and stuff. All right. Well, oh, shit. Well, there we go. There's the killer. So you don't actually really have to be able to see the killer for scene partner for that to go. Let's do a gen on this weird new tile. And we're playing against the knight. Okay. So look at this. We've got randomly dotted, look, some lockers dotted. A weird bit of wood. Loads more obstacles actually around the map. He's on to me. Okay, right, here we go. Dramaturgy. Okay, that was not ideal. And I'm exposed, and I screamed. He ran away. Great, well, 12 seconds of exposed there, and it's gone. Interesting. So there you saw, I did a little speed boost. I screamed from... Oh, God, there's just so many things going on. Now, look at this big rocks in the middle of the map. There's just a lot more scenery to hide behind. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Nancy! Oh, my God. Okay, stop messing around. We're meant to be playing a serious game here. Welcome to the PTB. Okay, great. Great. Let's try and block Nancy in. Oh, why would you attack me? Poor Nicolas Cage. All right, so here's the potential. We're gonna go off. We're gonna plot twist. Stop screaming, Nick, you idiot. Oh, F. Okay, we're down. We're in trouble. We're lying down. Nick can actually pick us up here, or at least heal us up some. Thank you, Jay Sire. And then when it gets to the end, I'll break his heel by sprinting and finish myself and get back up and be super fast. All right, thanks, mate. Look at this. 3, 2, 1. I'm healed. I'm sprinting. I've got the zoomies. Pretty interesting. Right, 3 nicks. Oh, shit.
Sorry about that.
Dramaturgy, let's run away. And scream. Okay, Nancy, you're down on the ground. You're having a hard time of it. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna scream again.
Oh!
Is he able to... Oh, God. Can he see where my location is when I scream? I just don't know. This is... Hey. Be nice. Oh, Nancy's up. Nancy had the perk. Nancy had the perk. What the hell? Okay. If he's not going to knock her down, I don't get to do any of my sick, cool-ass plays. I've got to say, when you do actually get the speed boost, it's kind of significant. You know, the double speed. Thanks, Nick. All right. Dramaturgy. Did a little sprint, got a little speed boost, and we're exposed. So, of course, I had the scream on last time. Oh, God. Well, it doesn't really work if you don't... Stop. Give me some voice lines. I want some voice lines. Give me them. Yes, hook me. I want to hear it. So I waited like 20 minutes for this lobby on the PTB, and this is the game. Oh, he's got Rancor. Oh no. Nancy, you've been annihilated. Right, well, interesting. Oh, there you go. Nick's gone down on the ground. Great. Great. Of course, I could now get saved off the hook, and because the X gates are powered, I can go over here, crouch down, plot twist. I'm down on the ground. We're not making any sound. He can't hear where I am. I could be anywhere. And then I can recover again and get myself up. Absolutely weird. I just cannot wait to see the way that players are going to use this perk. You know, I'm not necessarily using it in the most efficient way myself, but I think that people are going to use this in some very strange situations. And it's going to add a bit of variety to the game, but without completely breaking it. And I'm back. And a speed boost. And with Dramaturgy. God, that was pretty fast. Nick! No! Jeez. That's messed up. Let's do it again. Okay, we're gonna give Nick to Nick resuscitation. And rest in peace. So there you go, everyone. There is Nick Cage on the PTB. Very exciting, very different, very strange. And that's about it. I can't offer you too much more because the gameplay's not there. But 25th, in 3 weeks, we will have the actual patch. And we'll be able to actually see these perks and everything in action. All right, well played night, I guess, maybe. Who even knows? Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Come follow me over on Twitch for more Dead by Daylight shenanigans and other things. And have a great week. Already said that. I'll see you next time. Panda out.